What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be unboxing the S26 Ultra. Let's jump into it. Some of you might know I've been rocking the S25 for quite a while. Prior to this, I was on an iPhone for quite a while. I messed around with the Fold for a bit. And after having the Fold 4 that I borrowed from one of my buddies, Keith, shout out to you, brother, to kind of see if I could get back into the Android ecosystem, I dove in and I like it. I'm really digging the Android experience. So we're going to be unboxing the S26 Ultra today. This is not going to be any kind of in-depth review. I have not seen one of these in person yet, so I'm pretty excited to dive into it. This thing's been a great phone. I don't necessarily have any reason to upgrade. I had some weird eSIM problems that hopefully this will alleviate, but I don't know if that had anything to do with the phone or the carrier, but we'll find out when I switch to a new phone. So checking out the box here, definitely has that Apple vibe. I get it. If it works, it works, but down to the peels on the top and bottom, they are basically the same as any other Apple product these days. I'm fine with it. I don't care. I am one of those people that thinks the more competition you have, the better it is. When one company innovates, it forces the other company to either do better or adopt the same thing. So if you're upset that Android or Apple had a feature first, don't be, because the same could be said in the other direction most of the time as well. And we all win as consumers anyway when these things have more features than the last generation. So anyway, let's jump right into it. Unsuccessful peel. Let's try the other side. Go a little slower this time, maybe. Man, this is really on there. All right. Well, Samsung, you failed me. But I forgive you. That was way better. Ooh, very pretty. Let's see what else we have in here first. Regular box of material. We should have a cable and SIM card tool and stuff like that in here. Yep. Oh, for a second I thought I had a sticker. I got all excited. Samsung, throw a sticker in here, man. USB-C to USB-C cable. Some quick start guides. And a SIM card tool. Nothing really worthwhile looking at there. I'm going to keep this around. I've needed something pokey for a bit, so I'm going to keep that. And then on to the phone itself. So let's compare. I don't know if it's the color. It looks a lot thinner than I thought it would look. I know it's like only millimeters difference here, but it's noticeable. Compare some stuff here. So the edges, right? So yeah, less boxy, but they're still kind of, you know, they have that a much more gradual curve rather than that sharp curve on the S25. Okay, I can see it there. Antenna bands kind of line up still. Yep. The hump, you know, I bet you a lot of the area they got some of the extra space from was by adding a hump there. If you see on the S25, the camera rings are all flush mounted to the back of the case, whereas here you have like an island that the optics are all on top of. But other than that, nothing too crazy. The long side, so I guess you have this part here that I'm pretty sure is some kind of antenna band, but it's not there. Let's see if it's on the other side maybe. It is not. I don't see it yet. The bottom, you have your SIM card, speaker grill, charging port. The S Pen looks a little different as far as you can see it there. It's like more rounded. It's more contoured to the bottom than the prior one was. Not sure if that's coming across. My initial impression is it looks great. So some of the differences between these two phones, right? So this phone has that privacy display that a lot of people are going crazy about. Basically, I have a privacy screen protector on here that I recently reviewed. I'll put a card up there or something. This can do that at will, meaning if you have like a notification come down, you can have the privacy screen enable on that portion of the screen, so someone off an angle won't be able to read that bit of context when password prompts come up, or you can do the whole screen all the time. And I think that's a brilliant move. I have liked the idea of screen protectors, or privacy screens, I should say. But I definitely noticed on this one that it dithers the quality of the screen. And the reasoning behind that is what they put in there are these vertical lines that block the light when you view it off an angle, which is exactly what the pixels are designed not to do. They want good viewing angles so you can view the phone when you're sitting down. If you're looking at it from a non-direct angle, you can still see what you're looking at. If you're walking and you have it down low, or if you're looking at it from whatever angle, you want to be able to have a good experience on the screen, so you kind of become immersed and forget what that you're holding a device. You become immersed in the content that's on the screen, not have to like fidget around with it. And I think having that feature built into the phone itself obviously is a game changer. No one else has done that, at least that I'm aware of. And it allows you to use a regular screen protector that has all those really good viewing angles, protects the screen, and turn on the privacy mode when you want it on, or for the specific drop downs or whatever it might be, the notifications that you want that extra bit of protection for. So cool. There's lots of videos on that. Maybe I'll do one, but we're not going to focus too much on that right now. The charging speed has gone up. I believe this is 45 watts, the S25, and this is 60 now. So it's not, I think the new one is called Warp Speed or something like that. I forget the new charging standard name, but it will give you like a 75% charge in roughly 30 minutes. Pretty awesome. Processor is a Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, I believe it is on this guy. And the big change that I am looking forward to is the night vision. Not that I do a lot of night shots, but I've noticed I was a little lacking in the night stuff and the night photography on this phone, where this one's supposed to let like 40 or 50% more light in. I think this has an f1.7 and this is 1.4, 1.5, but it should let in significantly more light, making the nighttime photography and videos that much better. It also has the horizon lock, so where if you're holding your camera up and you're taking a video of the horizon and you're moving around, the phone itself will process that and kind of lock onto the horizon, and it's supposed to be like next level or stabilization. So that's going to be pretty cool to mess around with as well. Other than that, not a ton going on here. I do think the privacy display is the show-stopping difference and change from this phone to this phone, from the 25 to the 26. If that does it for you, boom, there you go. But if you're here at this video trying to figure out whether or not you should go from the 25 to the 26, if you aren't rocking a privacy screen protector on your current 25, you really need to ask yourself what you're doing. Are you just chasing after the upgrade train, or do you have some need? Do you have the night photography need? Are you constantly charging and need to charge faster? It might be hard for you to kind of quantify. If you can get a really good deal on the S25, like let's say you have an older phone and you find this one on sale for like $700 or something like that and brand new in the box, I'd go for the S25. If you're at a carrier and they're giving you the option of either one, and maybe this one's $2 a month and this one's free right now, obviously I'd go with the newer one because it's going to have more longevity. Yeah, they guarantee upgrades for quite a few revisions now, kind of similar to that Apple promise where you're going to get upgrades for quite a while. So that's not really a big deal. I do think the updates outlast the reasonable life of a phone these days, but really the choice is up to you. If you're at an S25 Ultra and you want to go to the S26 Ultra to keep up with the neighbors, good on you. I totally get it. Heck, I have both of them here right now. But yeah, I went a little deeper than I wanted to for an unboxing. I really appreciate you checking out this video with me. I got some more stuff coming, some cases and screen protectors and stuff like that to unbox, so be sure to follow. And I really could use a subscription, so if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for checking out this video with me today. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up. If not, the thumbs down works as well. And as always, I appreciate the subscription. Peace.